Hi everyone, and welcome back to another video. I am going to be practicing my soft speaking again. I haven't done a soft speaking video in quite a while, so I figured I would try it again and we'll see how it goes. I am very excited to say that I did read the majority of the books that I was supposed to for the winter Bookopoly, and we will go through those before we get into the spring Bookopoly. So, the winter Bookopoly consisted of reading a dystopian, which I had chosen Camp Zero, and I did not read that one, unfortunately. The recent purchase, which I did end up reading all three of the Crescent City books, not just the first two like I had planned. A YA, which was Shadow and Bone, which I did read the first two. In that, I read Shadow and Bone in, I think, January, and might have been December. I don't write down when I read them though. And I also read Siege and Storm this past month as well in February. The fourth book was a fantasy, to which I had chosen Queen of Nothing, which I did read. So out of those four, I did read the three, plus two more, plus another one. So those are the winter reads that I read. I also had unwrapped Shadow and Bone. I was supposed to add on the two that were left over from last year, but unfortunately I did not get to them. But I'm excited to see if we can get to them today, because I've been in a Cersei mood since the epic musical Cersei saga came out. If anybody is a fan of Epic the musical, they released the Cersei saga, and I've kind of been feeling like reading Cersei again, so it'd be nice to maybe get that on the board today. So we're going to pick 5. Please ignore my band-aids. It's really dry and it's been really cold here, and my hands don't really like the cold. So I'm going to pick 5 rolls. We're going to do 5 rolls today, and we'll see what we get. So we have 19 plus 11. I love the giant numbers today. So we're starting with 30, and today I'm going to be using this little purple aura quartz tower. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 30. So we landed on sci-fi, and I have a small problem with sci-fi. I don't have a lot of options for a sci-fi novel right now. So we're already starting off strong. So I don't have a physical copy of this, but I have been wanting to read 1984 by George Orwell. So I will be choosing that, but I don't have a physical copy of it. So unfortunately, off right off the bat, I don't have any books to share with you, but it is on my Audible list, so I'm going to include a placeholder book, I guess. So, the 1984 by George Orwell, essentially it's like the whole premise of like Big Brother's watching kind of vibe. So I was really excited to find out that it's a sci-fi. So I don't have a lot of options for sci-fi right now, but I'm glad that that is an option. So we have our placeholder, and we're going to go into rule number 2, which is 18 and 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22. Well, you guys, I got my wish. So, of course, we're going to be picking Circe by Madeline Miller. And I originally had DNF'd this book because I wasn't really into reading Greek mythology at the time. I am really into reading it right now, so I am very glad that it's getting put on the spring list. Alright, and rule number 3 is a 10 and a 12. Getting another 22. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And we're going to land on oldest book, or in easier terms, a book that has been sitting on my TBR cart or on my TBR for a very long time. So if we're going to be in the Greek mythology kind of mood, then I think it's safe to include Ariadne in this month of reading. So Ariadne is another Greek mythology kind of historical fiction, and it originally was put out in 2021. I put it on my TBR in 2021. So it has been actually on my list the longest, one of the longest, and it is one that is on my these books will self-destruct, so I do have to read it. So I'm actually really happy to put it on the Bookopoly TBR. Rule number 4 is gonna have to re-roll. That is an 11 and a 2, so that is 13. 13. Is that correct? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Sometimes I get confused with all the way across. So 13, we landed on mystery or thriller. And I think I'm going to be able to do this pretty easily. So for this one, I'm going to be starting another series. But I've had this one for quite a while, so I think it's about time. And that Jackson. This one is a YA murder mystery type thriller. And it's a trilogy that has some spin-offs, I think, or I don't know. It's a mystery thriller, so it's definitely a murder mystery. So I'm pretty excited to finally dive into this one. And last roll is roll number 5. That is a smaller number, and that is 8 and a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And we land on a 5-star prediction, baby. Let's go. So I'm actually going to pick the 5-star prediction that was loaned or lent to me by my bestie, and that is The Serpent and the Wings of Night. This is supposed to be so freaking good, and she told me that it would be 5 stars for me, so I'm really hoping so. I'm very excited. It is a duet, so there is a second book that I can read that she has as well, for me to borrow after I finished this one. So I'm very, very excited, and it is a 5-star read. It's a lot of fun stuff going on, and I'm so excited. I mean, look at this cover. And then underneath, oh, look at that. Gorgeous. So, definitely 5-star prediction. So, here's our little stack. And we have Circe, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, 1984 by George Orwell, The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent, and Ariadne. I am really, really excited for this month. These books are very, very exciting. I also have some other books that I have to put onto this TBR, so I'm hoping to be able to read all of these. And I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next video.